want to show you our deck that juts out over the valley, which is filled with native bush and trees, and it's just so very beautiful. It's full of birds and other wildlife. Cabbage tree there, and some kanuka and manuka in there as well, and all the pongu trees. And there's the farm behind, and our far hill over there. That's over another set of hills and a valley. And we have a lemon tree and a lime tree next to it, which is very, very useful, perched on the edge of a big drop. And there's the farm again. And behind me, you can just about see Parongia Mountain sitting in the clouds. So yeah, it's really nice. Really lovely. Yeah, the whole farm hasn't looked this green in many years. The last 3 or 4 years, all of this has been proper drought. Well, for New Zealand. Here we go, down a bit of a slippy hill here. Through one of these tape gates. The cattle can see these tapes really, really well. In fact, I might swap a few of the wires that we've got into these tapes so that they can see what's going on. Obviously you can hardly see the wires, but that's really obvious. The last few years were very, very dry, and unfortunately we lost some of these big old trees down here. Big, I think they're Matai and Kauri. Oh dear, the dog has found a turkey. We'll go and see if it's got some eggs hiding. Look how long this grass is. This is the paspalum that I've shown you before, with the really sticky flowers and seeds that come up. Horrible, but the cows love it, all the sugar, and it does very well in the summer. Doesn't seem to mind dry conditions. I don't think she can find a nest or anything. I think it was just a lone turkey. But a lone female turkey must have eggs somewhere. I think it will be up in this bush here. There goes the turkey, there goes the dog. Let's go and see. She might just put it up a tree. Yeah, I see. She won't harm the turkey at all. She's just showing me where it is and expects me to do something with it, but I'm not going to do anything with it either. I don't mind the fact that they eat the crickets. I think that's really wonderful, and 1 or 2 is probably very beneficial. The problem is when we have great swarms of the things, 40 or so, and they just gobble through the grass, which this year isn't an issue, but on a drought year I'm really not happy about that. Here she comes. So I was just saying about the last 3 or 4 years of being extremely dry here. So this valley is normally quite damp, and certainly those big trees can get their roots into the water as needed. But it's been so dry for the last 3 or 4 years, they've not been able to cope, and you can see this one here is dead. And there's a pongu tree that's dead. Great shame, but it's the cycle of life. So I'm heading around this path and we're going into this valley next. There's a big old tree there. That's doing alright. And we can't see the cows yet. Here in New Zealand we have to be very mindful of pests because there were no natural predators for these introduced pests. So you can see this white feeding bait station on this big tree. And that's for possums and I suppose rats and mice. In fact, it looks like it needs filling up. We'll get on to that. Part of the day job is pulling out bits of ragwort, and you need to make sure you get the crown. The leaves break off very easily, but because we don't have sheep any longer, here we are under the big matter, I think it is, that we saw from over the valley. Normally there's some little heifers sitting under here, but they're not here today. You can see the recent wild weather has knocked some branches off. Here they are. On this rather steep hill. I like to move them rapidly around this hill if the weather is wet, because I don't want them to damage the land. Here's our first cow to calve, all being well. She's pretending she can't see me, and if she can't see me, I can't see her, or something like that. But I can see you because you're giant and bright ginger. Hi. How are you, lovely? Well, she's looking very comfortable. Normally, when they are very close to calving, they will also want to keep a distance from you. They just like their privacy. So I know she's not about to calve. Let's see if I can get a bit closer to her. Oh dear. I'm trying not to fall down the hill. Hi, we just want to see you. So her udder is starting to fill out nicely now. Hello, pretty. And she's obviously quite round. Not much happening there though. Let's go and see the rest of them. Well, I was going to move them today, but there is just so much grass here that I'm not going to. And they're not fussed, they're not coming towards me, which normally they do if they think it's time to be moved. And they're nicely scattered all over the place. This is the view from about halfway up this hill. I can see another old tree there. It just didn't survive the drought, even though it's always wet down, well, it was always wet down there. And then this is the hillside we're on. And there they are. And some babies. These are 11 months old now. Very well grown. Let's go and see them. Here's some of the calves. That's Grace there, looking at the camera a bit. Here's our steer. He's in with the big girls. Loads of grass and can't remember who that is. Vivian and Grace and a bit of sun. That's Elizabeth. She looks like she wants to come to see me. And this is what I love so much about ground suckler herd is here we have little Orange, who's on the ground having some Braxton Hicks contractions, and her daughter from a couple of years ago, who is due not too distant future, and the animal behind is her heifer calf from last year. They remember their families and they like to just hang out together. Very lovely, sociable, gentle animals. So we'll just see if little Orange has a few more Braxton Hicks contractions. She's not due for a few weeks, but they often really do feel the Braxton Hicks contractions. As opposed to when they're in labour, they're very quiet and silent and you barely know. But sometimes the Braxton Hicks really bother them. You can see her breathing is changing and you can see her abdomen is changing shape too. And they're just practice contractions, getting their uterus ready to deliver. She's half asleep. She's got a little tiny patch of orange left over from her winter coat that she hasn't quite managed to scrape away. Let's go and see Ethel. She's just enormous. Hi Ethel. Hi. I know, I'm right down here. Oh my goodness. They are so much better on these hills than me. Oh my goodness. So Ethel, our big round girl. There's a little heifer that I want to go and see. There's Dewdrop. Make my way up there. She's got a little friend. Let's go and see her. I don't want to disturb her too much. Oh, it's Charm. Hi, Charm. This sort of little area is called, well, affectionately known as a camping ground, which is a little flat portion on a steep hill with a lovely view for the cows to look out for any danger and see what's going on.